All right. All right. So thank you guys for coming today. Today's webinar is going to be about the best holiday gifts that we have to promote safety and function in the home. I put this holiday wish list together to share some of my favorite gadgets and solutions that I found helpful in my work as an occupational therapist. We're going to be hosting webinars every few weeks. So if you're interested, go to my website, evolvinghomesjax.com, and subscribe to the newsletter for the latest information. For anyone who is planning to bring a loved one home to spend Christmas or New Year's with the family, my next webinar is going to be about how to meet the needs of aging parents in the home. Since COVID-19 started, I've been seeing more and more families taking their parents out of nursing homes, bringing them home to live with them in an effort to keep them safe. And while their intentions are good, it's been my experience that patients find it stressful to go from living in a place that has wide open bathrooms with zero barrier showers to having to walk sideways through narrow doors to access the bathroom and step over a tub shower to bathe. So we're going to be discussing inexpensive ways to set up a home to make this experience go as smoothly as possible. In the new year, I'm also going to be hosting a series of educational how-to sessions for caregivers on topics such as how to get patients to go from supine to sitting, how to get transfer patients from bed to wheelchair, how to get them from wheelchair to toilet or wheelchair to sofa. So make sure you get on our list for that one. I should have a webinar posted soon on our YouTube channel about how to use smart tech like Alexa to make aging in place easier. I co-hosted a webinar last month with FAST, which is the Assistive Technology of Florida. It's an amazing state program run by a very patient person that's available to teach you how to use technology for free. The best part of this is that it's basically a lending library for anything expensive and techie. So you can borrow iPads and computers, hearing, vision, speech assistant aids for up to 30 days. I use it all the time for patients who just want to try it out and see what's going on. So I'll drop a link in the chat box for everyone to take advantage of this great service. My name is Carol Chang. I own an accessible home modification company called Evolving Homes. We specialize in aging in place consultations, hospital discharge consultations, fall prevention programs. I'm a certified aging in place specialist, a certified home modification specialist, and a Parkinson's wellness recovery trained therapist. MacGyver was my favorite show as a kid, so you can imagine I've always loved gadgets and creative problem solving on the spot. I've been in OT for about 20 years, and I've worked in a lot of different settings over the years, but my primary passion is doing home care and figuring out how to make life easier for patients in their natural environments. I find the daily challenges are fun because over the last 12 years, I've been inspired to come up with lots of different inexpensive DIY solutions that have been helpful to keeping my patients home safely. That being said, I think Amazon really does have all the answers, but sometimes if you don't put in just the right search words, you're not going to be able to find the solution you're looking for. So that's why it's really helpful to know first that a product already exists that could help you, and then you have a better chance of describing it with the right words. Then again, it is not such a bad thing to not be able to find it right away, because whenever I'm trying to solve a problem for one patient, I find 3 more solutions I didn't even know existed for another patient. So let's just say Amazon makes a lot of deliveries to my house every day. In all seriousness, I do spend hours on Amazon, but I love it. I've always been the go-to person to know where to find something. I love great design, innovation, cool tech solutions. I love the challenge of solving difficult problems and trialing a new product to see if it actually works like I think it's going to. Luckily, my husband also loves cool tech too, so he doesn't mind me spending our money on work research. All right, let's see here. So what I'm going to try to do today is I want to make sure that I'm introducing new products to you that can help you reach your goals of aging in place. I'm going to illustrate to you how bathroom safety is important for everyone. It's not just an aging issue. I want to demonstrate how thoughtful planning with home safety modifications can produce beautiful spaces that feel easier to live in, less stressful for everyone. I'm hoping that you guys will find the perfect gift to promote freedom for mom and dad, peace of mind for you, and how to have the conversation about importance of healthy lifestyles and choices and behaviors, because they really do affect our abilities to function at our very best. So first of all, what is aging in place? So the definition here is, let me close this out here for a second so you guys can see it. The ability to live in one's home and community safely, independently, and comfortably, regardless of age, income, or ability level. I read this to mean to have the freedom to choose to live how I want in my own home for as long as I want. One of the things that I hope to change in the world is the idea that age or ability is a limitation. My new spinal cord patients go through a phase of feeling like their lives are over, but when they're ready, it's so much fun to show them that there's so much innovation out there that supports an active lifestyle. So no matter what your ability is, there's always an answer out there. If you've had a stroke, you can use a velo chair. It's an assisted bike that only requires like one arm and one leg, super light. If you're a spinal cord injury, you can use an Omea to zoom around in, or if you want to use your muscles, you can do the grit chair route. If you want to go seriously off-roading, you can do a terrain hopper. If your family's active and you want to join them, there's a Canadian company called Cardis that makes joggers for adults. And if you just want wind in the hair, there's this amazing nonprofit I've been trying to bring to Jacksonville called Cycling Without Age, where volunteers ride electric rickshaws and take older adults for rides. I want to show people that the choices that they make today decide what kind of tomorrow you experience. So I hope to inspire older adults to live better by staying strong and active, eating well, adopting healthy habits that put them on the path to be independent and in control of their destinies. Here we go. All right. So no place like home. Oh boy, money stats. As I mentioned before, when I'm discussing possible solutions to a family, I find it helpful to separate solutions into categories based on cost and function. So you might find that easy solutions are the ones that are quick and easy, inexpensive, but they're not going to be the prettiest. They're not going to be as durable. You get mid-range solutions that are the ones that can solve the problem for a reasonable cost. And it's fine for a few years until you can decide if you want a better version or if that's good enough for you. And then we have the long-term solutions, which are the ones that you need for catastrophic injuries and are factored in as much as an investment into your home. Currently, an accessible home is about 30% higher market value. And in the coming years, with 1 million baby boomers turning 65 every day, accessible homes are going to be in high demand. So I tell people, if you think you can benefit from it now and you can secure funding, it might make sense just to do the modification now instead of spending the money on medical devices that are just patching the problem. So as you can see here, the stats are kind of scary. Assisted living, 1 month is almost $5,000. I have this discussion all the time with patients that, a $5,000 shower, a change from a tub to a shower sounds expensive, but it's really 1 month of your basically tuition. And sometimes that doesn't include your buy-in and things like that. So one of the things I wanted to show you, I guess I'll do it after. Let's see here. So why do you need an OT? So OTs are the only professionals recognized by the CDC to make recommendations for home modifications for persons with accessibility concerns. We're experts at understanding how a person functions in their most personal spaces, which enables them to make recommendations that consider both preference and lifestyle. OTs are medical professionals with vast knowledge of age-related, disease-related changes. And as a result, the recommendations that we make are considered the most beneficial but cost-effective over the long term. Falls, not fun facts. So here are the real statistics. 1 out of 3 seniors who live at home independently will experience a major fall each year. The saddest thing is that previous falls predict future falls. So that fear of falling is what reduces participation in enjoyable activities, leading to inactivity and weakness, social isolation, and of course, more and more falls, right? People age 75 or older who fall are 4 to 5 times more likely than those 65 to 74 to be admitted into long-term care facility for a year or more. So we all want our loved ones to be safe, healthy, and enjoy family and friends. All right, so let's talk about some gifts. All right, so transfers are a big part, right? The picture in here, this is from Amazon. It's probably a $300 or $400 chair. This is a very basic, just if you want straight up lift up and down. Gold standard of those kind of chairs are made by Golden. They make the difference is that the foam is meant to be sat in for longer periods of time, not just an hour here and there. So they last a little longer. They have ones where the feet like come right above your head, so it can decrease like swelling in the legs, not just flat where you can sleep, but actually over the head. So let's see here. We have lift functions, like, okay, and then heat and massage. So a lot of them come with heat and massage. If you want to try them out, I usually send people to Home Ability on Phillips Highway because Steve usually has at least 25 chairs in there that you can jump around in and see. They make urethane covers, urethane fabrics that are a little bit better if there's an incontinence issue or, you wanted to just keep it really clean. It usually adds about $650 though to it. So you have to kind of weigh your pros and cons. I would guess the one that I probably see people getting the most is going to be like a more modern style that has a urethane. Sometimes like in totally flat, I always say, don't even bother getting the 3-step ones. Just do the totally flat ones in case like you ever find that you need that. And so what you can do is pick all the pieces that you want, and usually you end up around like 2,300, something like that. All right, so gifts to keep you organized and safe. So it's a major fall risk when people are disorganized, right? You can't find what you're doing. What are you looking for, right? So when people are leaning down to get something from the trash, I've had them fall into the trash can before. It's a problem. So we're really trying to work towards like promoting walker use, using like bags and things like that to, be hands-free, putting cup holders on the walker to hold drinks, using like walker trays to carry food and make sure that you're able to, be able to bring like a meal to the table. They make them also in ones that can fold down. So I was going to show you guys, it's difficult right now because we're on Zoom and stuff, but I have like, I have some walkers behind me that I'll show you once we're off of this, that I'll show you the difference. You don't have to do like these expensive things. I mean, I make walker bags out of the bottom of pillowcases. I just cut them off and put them on there. And I make baskets out of dollar store baskets with zip ties. So it doesn't have to be fancy. There's definitely ways to get around that. Okay, so I'm showing you these pictures on the side, but it doesn't have to be that. All right. So they also make, of course, reachers that have magnetic tips. So picking keys up off the floor, getting that sock behind the washer and dryer, making sure that, you want to try to make sure that everything that you're going to use is between shoulder and waist height. This is a medication management dispenser here. They make them in lots and lots of different kinds, ones that lock, ones that have lights that go on. They have, I've seen them like before where they have the trays where you can take them all out. So if you see somebody once a month, you can fill up all the trays already. Somebody just needs to come in and just refill them or just switch them out, I mean. So this one I think is about $50 or $60 on Amazon. I would think the gold standard one is called Med Ready, and it's about 160 something. So you got to shop around, look around and see what makes sense. I was going to show you guys. Oh, I can't see this. Okay, so on my phone, I also have like this thing called a grip tape, and it's called cat tongue. And it's great because if you put those kinds of things on the walker, you don't end up having to chase that thing when it's sliding out in front of you. So people tend to react and they don't realize. And a lot of falls happen when, the dog runs across from you, or, they lose something off of their walker and they reach forward to go and grab it to stop it from falling forward. So, or falling off. So I love anything to do with grip. All right, here we go. So here is the bathroom one. So these ones are, Invisia products. I really like anything that looks nice. I'm really over these institutional silver ones that nobody wants in their home. And, sometimes the resistance I get is they don't want their house to look like rehab. And I get that. So I love that people have figured out that this is what people want, and they are coming up with new products every single day. It used to be just these things. Now I see them. There must be 7 or 8 brands that I see that they're coming out with different like styles and colors and things like that. This is a transfer bench here, which I think that's probably the first time that I had ever seen anything that wasn't one of those cheap plastic transfer benches to solve the problem of a tub. This one is got little like pegs on the inside to keep it stable. You know, I actually have one here because I really didn't trust it. I was kind of like, how does that thing like stay stable and for people? So I wasn't about to recommend it until I tried it. But it's great. I really like it. They are probably in the 250 zone, but they are very pretty. And what's nice about it is they don't have legs on the outside. So most transfer benches will have legs on the outside, which is great for not having to step into the tub. But what happens is that you end up with the shower curtain outside of it, and then everything, the water can get out of it there. So this is a nice option for that. All right, so this is like a grab bar company that I love. I actually just put in a whole bunch of these for a patient. I just want to point out though that grab bars are not for old people and frail people. They're a safety feature, like seat belts are to a car. So 99% of the time you're not going to use it, and maybe you will, but when you do, you're going to be really happy to have them. I used to have these little suction cup ones that I would store on the wall of my kid's bathroom, so they were accessible when I needed them. And I didn't realize that my husband was using them to get stability when he was sitting on the edge of the tub to bathe their kids when they were really little. And then I lent them to a patient overnight, and I heard him yell, "Where's the grab bar?" So I have the Wave grab bar now in my master bathroom. And he says all the time that he feels so much more stable washing his feet when he has something to hold on to when he's doing that. And I love it because I can hang up my bathing suit in the shower and not have it dripping all over the bathroom floor, which of course is a fall hazard. So I put in actually the same color here, about 10 of these in 2 different bathrooms for a patient. And her husband didn't want the tub shower because he didn't feel like it had any trouble getting in or out, but she insisted, so up they went. And after they were installed, he kept saying over and over about how great they were and how he just didn't realize they would make him feel so much safer. And they both say how much they love it when they have soap in their eyes. The blue is really easy to find. These ones here, you'll see the color comes from the vinyl. So they're warm to the touch. They're antimicrobial. They resist the water spots, which is a problem that I find with my metal ones. So yeah, they come in all these colors on the side here. All right, so private spaces. Okay, let's talk about bidet attachments, which is like probably my #1 thing that I love. I probably order one of these once a month, if not more, especially for knee patients, hip patients, back patients, surgery patients who can't twist and turn, and they need their spouses to help with wiping. This is a much easier solution. They're like 50, 60 bucks. You attach them to the back of the thing. It's cold water, but you know, it doesn't require electricity, and sometimes it's just for a little while. So this one, I think this is the one here. They usually come with like a ladies angle. So the ladies who have developed a fear of falling, they don't want to get in the shower because it's too cold, or they just don't want to get in. This is a solution I have for them where they just take a little foam soap and then they can wash and then just wipe it in there, you know, wash it all off. So they just decrease the risk of urinary tract infections. You know, comfort height toilets, that's a big thing these days. But if you're going to do a comfort height toilet, you got to make sure you do a squatty potty, because now your knees are so low, and you know, you need the angle to be able to get everything out, especially with pain meds. If you take pain meds, you're going to be a little bit more constipated. All right, nighttime falls is another big area for us. So we want to increase water in the mornings so that you're not getting up at night. These little half bed rails are great. I love these. They give you little storage, little steadying support, getting up and down. It stops you from rolling out of the bed at night. I've had patients like, you know, wake up and they're between like the night table and the bed. I say no to the hospital anti-slip socks, and I buy Pilates socks instead, because you can buy full socks that just have the little things on the bottom. You can get these fun patterns, like really bling ones. There's a toilet light here. You can see some people are very resistant to like wanting to put lights, turning on the lights and stuff. That's okay. But they make motion sensing night lights now, which are great because they stay at a very, very low light. And then when you move next to them, they'll jump right up to like 70, which is great. And then of course you can always hardwire them into your light switches. That's really useful. All right, so this is for your home office. Again, same idea. You know, you really just want to have everything organized, spaces underneath like the desk so that you can roll your wheelchair underneath there. This little thing here is a U controller remote, which is awesome because you can open it with a clicker. So if you have a walker, then you're not trying to reach over, get the door open, and then try to get through the door also. The expensive version is called an Open Sesame. I think I talk about it later, but it's basically about 1,500. This one here is about 250. And you know, it's pretty low tech. You push a button, door opens. And again, I always tell people ergonomics, you want to keep everything between shoulder and so this one is for, you know, sitting in the bed. Now everybody's got devices all the time. And so I'm getting a lot of patients with neck problems and trying to watch Netflix for 2 hours, like with one hand on their ear. And then they're like, why do I hurt? And so, you know, the best position is your next position. So the more you move, the better you're going to be at this. Okay. So this one, I have this one here. I got this one actually for a patient who had no hand control at all. And so she needed to be able to answer the phone and she could just come up and use a knuckle or just tap on it because this one has a little neck thing that supports it. But you can use it, you can twist them into whatever shape you want. And I love this one. I use this one at my house all the time for watching movies in my, like when I'm laying down. So pain relief, we're talking about like gold standard hypervolt vibration massagers. These are like Best Buy things. You can go try them. They're about like $250. I had a patient recently who ordered one that from Amazon that was only about 100 and some. So it might be fine. It might be just that the battery won't, or the engine won't stay for as long. I love the shiatsu back massagers. A lot of them have heat in them. You can buy hand rollers to just kind of improve the circulation in there. They make microwave socks. So, you know, some people know about the microwave mittens. Well, they make microwave socks also. And moist heat ones. I have a plug-in kind where it's basically heating pad that has a strap on it. So it's like a muff. You stick your hands in it. It's nice and warm, moist heat. It's great for the winter. Fuzzy armrests for the wheelchair. Those hard plastic things are not a really fun thing to do. Plus, you know, in the, when a lot of people have really thin skin, that is also a place where I've had a lot of people cut themselves. Below here, you see the Roho cushion, which is, you know, the gold standard for pressure relief. I bought one recently for a patient from a medical supply for about $350. Medicare, unfortunately, just doesn't cover these until you've already broken down. So unless you have to have 2 wounds that are a certain stage, and then they'll supply it, which will now take forever to heal. It's just better to be preventative and just go ahead and do this. All right, so how do we get family connection, fun exercise, right? These are lifestyle things. I love this product here. It's called the Color-Coded Chef because it eliminates the need for vision to read all those tiny little numbers on the cup and silver spoons. You get instructions that are step-by-step pictures. So they'll say 3 times the pink cup or whatever. My 9-year-old did this on her own this weekend by herself, completely by herself. The instructions are really easy to understand. So, and it comes with a big book, a whole bunch of extra recipes in there. You can go check that one out. Fine motor activities. I mean, we could go on and on all that. We could have one whole webinar just for, you know, built up handles and like all these traditional OT devices that you can buy at medical supply places that will help you. I get like a lot of these open cups, like where they have open handles, bent spoons, where you can like actually bend the metal. So my rotator cuff injury patients who just cannot lift their arm, or their stroke patients, those are great. So they can still feed themselves, but then they don't have to bring their elbow up. Skin and skin tears and things like that. A lot of patients, like, they burn themselves on the toaster oven and then they're like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. So I will get hairstyling gloves for, you know, $5 maybe, and they can wear those. I've also bought mechanic gloves where they can protect like their forearms. It's great for skin tears. I really love board games. I think board games are so great for a family thing to do. There's so much fine motor in it. There's cognitive stuff. In a Pickle is one that's fun because you get to rationalize like why this works. Qubits is one where you can, your brain has to, you know, put together the right shapes. Outdoor activities, you know, like this is a major thing. Like we need to be active and moving, and that's what we're going to do to stop falls. And so Cardis is this little like stroller basically that, you know, you can get. It's about $3,000. This is the Cycling Without Age thing that I love. Let's see here. This is tech. Now we're talking about tech here. So everybody knows Life Alert, but honestly, Life Alert, I think, is on its way out because now there are so many other options out there that are so much cheaper than a $60 membership fee. The Echo Dot can call 911. You can put Echo Flex all over the house to extend the reach. The Apple Watches have fall detection. They can monitor your vitals. I love the cellular function. If you're going to buy one for a gift, get the cellular function, because then, you know, I have patients like falling in the driveway or at the mailbox and things like that. So they may not have brought their phone with them. They were only going to be there for 2 minutes, so they can call. They also make all kinds of remote monitoring systems that have sensor technologies that can track stuff, collect data, find out like where the problems are. This one here is the Dot. Like I said, you can use it in all these places, get it to program to turn the lights on and off. You can answer the Ring doorbell, unlock the front door, open the garage, get emergency help. The show is really, really fascinating. I love the show for all the patients that I saw in assisted living that were when it was really closed down in March, because people just couldn't like see them anymore. And so what's so fun is that it's really just like you can call them like FaceTime, but it's app to app. And so my kids like are on at home learning virtually. My husband is a teacher, so he will have lunch with them. So he'll call in, check in on them. How are you guys doing? He can see them. I love that you can just put it like at the kitchen table, and you know, you can eat dinner together. Or we celebrated a birthday recently with grandma with, you know, people that were out of town. You know, we sang happy birthday together with the Echo Show sitting at the dining room table. So there's so much out there that will be helping with this. All right, so whoops, hold on a second. This one is the Vila chair. Let's see here. You can see how it comes up and the feet come down, and then she can like pull everything up there to get anything higher. This one is a motorized one. It's probably about 3,000, whereas the manual ones are going to be about 2,000. I'm actually going to stop it here because we're running a little short on time, but all these things will be on my YouTube channel, and you can like, pull them from there and see them. Let's see here. This is, I'm going to show you this really quickly though. This is a product I love, but it's about like $22,000, so not super affordable. Well, I guess that'll have to be the YouTube channel. All right. So if you guys need more ideas, I have some services that we have like on the website, you know, 1 hour virtual inspiration session if you want to have a discussion about more other things that would be useful for you guys. I also do aging in place consultations, just kind of that long-term planning ahead, you know, let's look and see, let's figure out what colors that you want, what style are you looking at, hospital discharges, you know, if you're getting ready to bring somebody home, if you don't want to end up having plastic shower chairs and institutional grab bars, you know, you got to plan for it before they come home. And so we can come out and take a look, and that way you won't feel like a stressed out caregiver trying to do showers with great equipment. So I'm gonna leave it here. So I'm I have the website down at the bottom here. We're going to have videos up on the YouTube channel. If you go to the website, subscribe to our newsletter to stay up to date with the webinars. And if you have any questions, info@evolvinghomesjax.com is my email. So go ahead and send me an email if you have questions. I think I have a couple minutes before Zoom is going to kick me off. So if anybody has a specific question, go ahead and ask. Let me see if I can pull everybody up here. All right, if nobody has questions, I'm going to spend a couple minutes showing you guys some of these little adaptations I have in here. So we're going to stop. Right.
Oh,
Arian, would you mind putting your information in the chat box for everybody? And then let me see here. I'm gonna stop this one. I'm having a little technical difficulty here, you guys. Well, don't worry. I will make sure to get this stuff out on the newsletter so you'll be able to see it. So thank you guys for coming by, and email me if you have any questions. Oh, Arian's got her information in there. Call her and try out the text. And anybody who wants to learn more about it, go there, try it out. You know, it's free, so take advantage of it, okay? So I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and I look forward to talking to you again.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.